Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything that you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Two of Swords. All right. We're going to put that into some context. Now, that one card that fell out of the pack, I put over here, and I put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, all right? We start with the Two of Swords. Maybe there's a decision pending in your life. This is a reading now for 2024, for the new year. And I wonder if it's a yes or no question for you. For some of you, someone's going to pop the question, okay? I think someone is going to be proposing to you. That's the first feeling that I get here with those cards. And even the Hierophant here is sometimes the officiant of a certain ceremony involving two people. But, you know, it doesn't have to be a romantic situation. I know that for some reason that seems to turn a lot of people off. I don't know. There's a Two of Cups, right? There's love there too. A lot of people don't like romantic tarot readings. I don't know why that is. Thankfully, I don't really do romantic readings. I don't do career readings. I do life readings, right? And sometimes relationships are part of life, right? Anyway, if you feel like you know what this card's going to be, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Otherwise, we've got our major arcana. We don't have any fire. We have fire here in this tower, of course. We've got quite a bit of water. We've got quite a bit of air. And we've got earth. I can't help but think that maybe this is a romantic thing for you. Here is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords says that you don't make decisions lightly, especially life-changing decisions, especially decisions that are going to bring you into a connection or a partnership with somebody else. It's not something that you can just do the math on. It's not something that you have to logically figure out. It needs to be felt, right? You need to have that intuitive decision. And that's why the Two of Swords has that lunar energy in it. To show that you need to really search your soul, you know. What does Spirit tell you? Right? Your mind might be saying, no, I don't want a relationship. I don't need that in my life right now. What does your soul tell you? Okay? This is a card that says, don't listen to your brain. Don't listen to your intellect, right? Because your intellect is going to do whatever it can to protect the ego. All right. That's its primary job, I think. And I think, you know, with the tower back here, this maybe was a relationship that ended for you not too long ago. Maybe the last year and a half, maybe. I don't think it ended well. I don't think it was an amicable break. Feels like there was a little bit of chaos surrounding that breakup. Well, this doesn't have to be romantic. We could be talking about, you know, career, if you want to. Last job didn't end so well. Now maybe we're under this impression that we don't want another one. Maybe it's a certain type of job or a certain type of relationship. You know, one that ended in such chaos that we're saying never again. I do not want that in my life anymore. whatever we're talking about here, right? The Queen, now you'll have to forgive me today because my family and I were a bit under the weather today. So I'm afraid that my readings won't lack the same kind of charisma that they usually do. But we'll be okay. I'm praying that it's not COVID again. We're all fairly miserable, but we'll get through it, you know. The Queen of Swords here is underneath the surface. Yeah. And this is kind of an objective clarity. This is almost the same as the lunar energy in the Two of Swords. But I think first, to get to the Two of Swords, we have to rise above the emotional aspect of this thing. The last thing caused chaos and disruption. I think it was a very tumultuous time. It was very turbulent. But we have to rise above that. We have to try to put that into perspective. And just because that was terrible, and I don't think that was very pleasant at all, doesn't mean that in the future it's going to be the same thing, right? So we're avoiding something because it didn't work out so well in the past, because it ended that in that way. So then we never want to do it again, right? We got to get out of that emotional area. We got to rise kind of above the weather here, right? With this card. But this card's down beneath the surface. It's like, I feel like you know that you're just kind of, that you're still reeling from this past experience, and that's why maybe you're avoiding this Ace of Cups that's kind of coming into your life right now. And it's almost rejecting it, you know. And the Four of Cups really is rejecting it. I think deep down you kind of know what's going on here. You know that you need to look at it objectively. You need to get above the weather, you know. You need to get out of the kind of emotional reaction to it because of that tower, and really try to get to that lunar essence. You know, what is it that your soul really wants? Is this something that is meant for you in your life right now? It's an Ace of Cups, right? This is love in any form. This could be the finding of a purpose. Maybe this is your dream. Maybe you followed your dream before, and tower. And maybe now you're just thinking, I don't even want to try. You know, but I think you still know that this is meant for you, that this is your dream. That this is your kind of your destiny, your purpose in life. But I feel like we're kind of avoiding it now because it didn't succeed last time we tried. Okay. But you know, we've got the Hierophant up here. And the Hierophant is the teacher. It's kind of it's the mentor. It's almost as if Spirit is saying, look, this is not going anywhere. You know, it's kind of like you're saying no, but the officiant has already arrived and is already conducting the ceremony. And you're kind of being dragged to the altar here, spiritually speaking, you know, kicking and screaming. I think Spirit is saying, no, this Ace of Cups is yours. This love, this purpose, this meaning, this destiny. Maybe it's a marriage. Maybe it's a true love, soulmate situation. It could be, you know. It is meant for you. But there's that certain part of our intellect, ego, that is rejecting it. Okay? Rejecting it. The Tower here is also saying that, you know, because of what happened, because of this, the ending of this past thing, then it's almost as if we're building walls up around us again to protect us from something like this happening again. But it's almost like we're setting ourselves up for this again. We're setting ourselves up for devastation, right? By isolating, by separating ourselves from what we love, or love itself, that in fact we're rebuilding this tower all by ourselves, and then, you know, it's going to happen again, right? But going into the future, I think the next few months, here's the 8 of Pentacles. Caution, prudence, slow but steady, patience, ease into it, right? Ease into it. This is you trying again, still being cautious, suspicious, reluctant, but willing to try again. Okay. I don't think it's with the same person. That's not what we're saying, but to go after that holy grail again. But now we've learned from that past. Now we can problem solve it for the future because we've been through a pretty bad deal already. So we might now know what to look out for. Now we could see the red flags when they show up, right? Let's move over to the path of the serpent. As we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me. I really do love hearing from all of you. Give a shout out where you are watching from, where in the world you're watching from, because our community really is worldwide. And that's fascinating to me. And I love all of you. Okay, now we've got to hurry because I really need to get back to bed. The 4 of Cups is the reluctance to accept this Ace of Cups. We're saying, no, I'm good where I'm at. Not great, but I'm okay, right? We'd rather stay here in the safe harbor than take our chances out at sea. Yeah, it's no fun here, but at least the boat's not sinking, right? And this is really the intellect's way of trying to protect our ego. We're convincing ourselves, saying, well, it's better to stay here where it's safe, right, than to take this risk. Where we could drive right into a storm. It could be over like that. We've been in a storm before. Now, we feel like every time we leave the marina, it's going to be a storm. Yeah. And that, I think, is the mind trying to keep us safe, doing what it does, convincing us to do what is going to be in its and the ego's best interest, which is staying in this safe harbor, this cove, The 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords to me feels like the willingness to take risks. It's all these 10 swords, they're all aiming at this little tiny heart that's in the middle, right? These are kind of like all the reasons, all the things that could go wrong. These are all the red flags that are out there. And there are a lot. There's a lot of things out in the world that can break our hearts. There's a lot of storms out there for our boat. So what? We can still try, and we can do so with a little bit of wisdom, a little bit more knowledge now because of what we've been through in the past, a little more caution. We know how to drive the boat now, right? We're pretty good at avoiding storms, or, relatively so. So this is the idea that, yeah, there are still a lot of storms out in the sea. A lot of things could break your heart. But we're going to just do our best to be cautious and avoid the storms. But we're still sailing. We're still going to do it. We're still moving. We're still going to go out and sail. Yeah. Now, this is the Prince of Swords. Air on air. Fixed air. And this is what you don't want. I feel like this is a commitment. This is a promise that you would then feel like you can't change your mind. No, but the point of this card is that it does change its mind, and it can. And you're allowed to. We're all allowed to anytime you want. Right? This is another trick of the ego that says, well, once you sail, there's no turning back. No, you can. You can easily turn the boat around. Just set your GPS and you can go right back where you started. Just because we are easing into something one step at a time doesn't mean we're fully committed to whatever it may bring. Just because you plot a course through the 7 seas, doesn't mean that you have to follow that course, no matter what, right? Especially if you see red flags, turn that boat around. Turn that boat around. This is the idea that just because you've said yes a million times, well, you can say no. It doesn't mean you have to keep saying yes. It doesn't mean you have to keep walking in the same direction. You can turn around. Okay. But what's waiting for you out there is the 2 of Cups. That's real love. Now, this could be a soulmate, true love situation. It could be a romantic partner. It could just be getting out there and dating again, being open to connections again. This could be, being open to those kinds of jobs or careers, following your dream, following your bliss, right? Questing for the Holy Grail. Keyword for this card is love. And whatever that means to you, that's the end result of this. Love is out there for you. Don't deny yourself that. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's see. It's always curious to me when we use the Thoth deck for the mystery card. It's kind of popped out of the pack there. So we know it can't be any of these cards again, right? Can't be an Ace of Cups, can't be a 2 of Cups. What if it's the 9 or a 10 of Cups? Right? What if it's the Empress? What if it's a 6 of Cups? If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I'd like to see some more water energy. Just to kind of to reinforce this idea that it's worth the risk, that the potential here is worth whatever storms you might have to navigate through or around, to get there. I'm thinking water energy here. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay, 10 of Pentacles. I'll take it. I'll take it. Because this is the picture of your best life. And inside these 10 Pentacles is the water energy, the air energy, the fire energy even. So you didn't have fire here because you're not looking for storms. You're not looking for that kind of a conflict again. Inside this cup, this is your best life. Or inside these pentacles, this is your best life. The cups are in here. Okay. This is the picture of your best life, and I think you've got to know what that is, and that's part of this intuitive kind of lunar process we're talking about. Is knowing what it is that you really want, knowing what it is that your soul really wants, not the intellect, not the air energy saying no, we don't want that. But deep down, what kind of life do you want? Well, this is it. So this is saying get out a sheet of paper and write down what you want in your life. Yeah. In a very honest way. Okay. Now you're going to write down a bunch of things. You're going to leave the love out of it. You're going to leave the connection. You're going to leave the intimacy out of it. Search yourself. What do you really desire? This is a very good confirmation card because you can obtain what you desire. And I think 6 to 8 months from now, you're going to hopefully come back and tell me that these cards were right. Yeah. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link either up here or down below in the video description. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. Rain or shine, in sickness and in health, I will be here. So come back and see me again. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Give a shout out where you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.